Opinion podcast. Your boy John right here. Got Chris, BC, Shamar. It's our first episode since episode number 1. If you ain't checked that out, we urge y'all to go and check that out. We just wanted to do a quick, brief recap about this. Our first episode since Kobe's death. So, we definitely wanted to commemorate him in the right way. I was a diehard Kobe fan. You felt the connection based upon the memories you saw watching the Lakers. Like, for me, my generation, if you grew up in the 90s, he the reason why you became a Laker fan. So I just wanted to pay respects to him, and all the families who lost, their lives unfortunately during that day, and just really wanted to pay respects to him as a player, as a father, as a husband, and as an overall great human being who impacted the world in ways that we probably would never even realize.
Everything he said, man, I agree with it, man. Kobe, that was the first jersey I had at number 8, bro. You know what I'm saying? First jersey I ever had, man. When I got it, it was too big on me, bro. When I was a little kid, my dad bought it in, man. You know what I'm saying? My favorite version of Kobe was the Afro Kobe. That was my favorite version. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, R.P. Kobe, bro. I respect his work ethic more than anything, man. I mean, dude, I can't think of nobody that outworked Kobe Bryant, bro. Dude was a workaholic, bro. So, shout out to Kobe, man. Thank you for leaving the legacy you left. Thank you for motivating and inspiring all of us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The mama mentality is something we're going to carry even into this podcast, man. So, we appreciate you, man. Shout out to Vanessa and the 3 girls left, man. My prayers are with y'all and the family, my condolences. And, I just pray that y'all continue to have peace and God help y'all through this tough time, man. We love you, Kobe.
My Kobe tribute was, at first I really wasn't a big Kobe fan because I didn't like him and Shaq teaming up. And then plus I was a Bulls fan, so I didn't like it. But then when once I seen his work ethic and how hard, and he had a heart of a lion, and so like Chris said, with the mama mentality, it was like, man, I loved his work ethic. Then I had when I was growing up, my cousin, he was a big Kobe fan too. So we used to be in the backyard playing basketball, and he had the Kobe fadeaway and everything. So I used to hate that because I can't guard him because it's like he doing the Kobe move, so I'm getting mad. I'm like, ugh. But then he be like Kobe, so respect. You will be missed, Kobe.
Yeah, man, it's crazy though. Like it's one of them things where it's like it's still unreal that Kobe gone, man. Kobe, you an inspiration, especially to me growing up. Wanting to be a ball player. I didn't turn out to be a ball player, but the mom mentality still sticks with me to this day. Anything that I do, I'm trying to go 100%. How Kobe would approach it, that's how I'm trying to approach it. But you're gonna be missed, man. We appreciate everything that you did for us, the legacy that you left behind. Prayers go out to your family, all your friends, all your loved ones. I'm trying to think, man. I think the greatest Kobe moment that I'm probably gonna always that's gonna stick with me, probably from now until forever, until I'm gone. Probably when Kobe went out there against the Toronto Raptors and dropped 81 points. That's crazy. 81 points. Like nobody else gonna do that, bro. And the crazy thing is, Kobe came out the game slow. He wasn't even playing 100% in the first 2 quarters. Second and third, he cooking, my man. My man, Jada Rose, shout out to Jada Rose. I didn't want to call your name out like that, but shout out to you, man. You tried to guard him, but you couldn't guard him. You know what I'm saying? Big respect to you, though. You tried.
You tried, bro.
You tried, bro. But it's Kobe. It's Kobe, bro. You can't stop Kobe. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't stop Kobe.
I'm gonna go with that when he shot them 2 game winners on the Phoenix Suns. That's my favorite moment of Kobe Bryant. I swear. Even though I don't know how y'all lost that series, bro. Y'all was a 3-1. I still don't understand that, bro.
Look, man.
But I'm saying that was my favorite moment though. I was like, oh my God, this dude crazy, bro.
One of my favorite moments was that last second shot on the Heat. That game winner.
D-Wade,
bro. Because they had that rivalry too.
Yeah.
They had it was a mutual respect, man. And of course, I love that series that they played against the Sixers. Even though AI never was outmatched, I know AI took it personal because him was Kobe. I know that's your boy too, Shamar, man. But
this AI boy over here, just so y'all in case y'all know, that's AI
Shamar,
boy.
die hard AI
Die hard
fan.
AI, come on the podcast, man.
Oh yeah, man. We love that AI on the
Whenever you
podcast.
want to come on, bro. We got plenty of room for
You
you.
fly you in, man.
Most
I don't know
definitely.
about that AI. Not there
You
yet.
fly you in. You get you here.
Man, Reebok can take it.
Reebok, right?
Reebok can
Hey,
get it.
give us some free Reeboks, then we think about it.
Yo,
Yeah, man. That's 100 though, man. We love you though, Kobe. For real,
love
man.
you,
Real
Kobe.
tough, man. Real tough. We love you, man. Yeah.
we got some topics for the day.
I say what y'all boys want to talk about. Let's talk about was Ja Morant, and I forgot his teammate name. I forgot bro name, but nah, the dude,
Oh, the young guy.
the young Memphis. I forgot bro name. But
I think something about
I'm gonna research and look it up when we do. But were they out of line when they took those shots at Steph and Iguodala? Well, were they out of line? Is that confidence or is that arrogance?
I want to take a first stab at this one, and this is my theory. I don't think it was arrogant, because Ja Morant to me doesn't come off as an arrogant person. He just comes off as a confident player. But I believe he's a humble person when you meet him, and you know I think he actually tries to I follow him on social media and everything. You know, he articulates this a lot, even go out of his way, even when he does interviews to say I put on my pants just like the next player. But even though I respect these guys and I honor them, when I come out and I compete, I feel like I'm not afraid. Which is a great perspective to have, and I don't feel like it was disrespectful. I felt like it was just him realizing that the people we once looked up to are now peers, and and I don't feel like he took it anything disrespectful. He didn't look at it and say, "Oh, I'm better than Curry" or I'm anything. He just looked at it and said, "Whatever he's capable of, I believe in myself. I can be capable of that too." That's kind of how I took it.
The cat name is Dylan Brooks. I just looked
Dylan Brooks?
Dylan Brooks.
Okay.
Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks.
Now that situation, actually, well, you know what? Since you brought up, let's do a quick recap of how it originated. So, Dylan Brooks, of course, when Iggy got traded over to the Grizzlies, he did a joking, text. I think it was to his wife or one of his close ones he was talking to when he first did it. He was like, hey, if last time I end up at the Grizzlies. Turns out that's where exactly we ended up at the Grizzlies. He was like, you won't believe what just happened. And of course, Iggy didn't really want to play for them, for his own reasons. I think there's things going on. Of course, he got to keep his health up. He's not springtime anymore. Back in his career, so he really want to preserve himself, which is respectable. But I believe from the Grizzlies standpoint, and from a lot of different theories that came out, a lot of those young guys really look forward to playing with him. Look forward to getting some insight and wisdom from somebody who's like at least a 3-time champ, played with the Warriors, and was a Finals MVP. They were looking forward to those moments. And for Iggy to just sit out, even though, he had his own respect for reasons for doing so, they took offense to that. And which, I don't believe this is one of those things where either party is wrong. You just have two different perspectives where one group was like, yo, we was looking forward to playing with you. But if you believe, if you look at us like we unworthy to play with, then fine, we'll take that disrespect. We'll say, we can show that same disrespect back. And I believe from Iggy's perspective, judging by the person he is, I don't believe he meant it that way. It was just more so of, I got to preserve my body right now, so if I'm going to play, it has to be for a team who I believe can compete. And Grizzly took offense to that, and you can't blame them for that. So, with the whole, some comments were made saying that I can't wait till we play against him or hurry to trade him because they want to prove themselves. They want to show you that, hey, you missed out by not playing with us. Because we want to show you what we're really made of. Now we'll show that to you on the other side. And Steph, Iggy, that's his boy. Iggy, they go way back. It was real close, and no matter where Iggy goes, they're always going to be close. So Steph was just saying, show that man some respect based upon what he's done for the organization that they played together with. And Ja Morant is looking like, I'm not showing disrespect. I'm just saying I got my boy back just like you got yours.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's just banter, man. You go ahead it in a competitive league, and I think it's good for the game.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I definitely. I don't think it was arrogant at all. I don't think either side was wrong, but and this ain't just in sports or this situation, but I do want the OGs to start showing a little more respect to the youngest, bro. Like I feel like, of course, we understand Iggy's perspective. Like, no, bro, I get why you did what you did. Like, ain't no this, bro. Like, I respect that. Oh, you older, like you got that luxury, bro. You know what I'm saying, to do that. You earn your stripes, but. I feel like maybe if that was messaged as maybe if you took more of a team captain role and explained to the young guys what you're trying to do, they might not even react that way. But if you just like not there, there's something down there. Something this. Well, this dude don't think we get on the play. When everybody know Memphis been a laughing stock for a minute. Like Memphis, even when they was good, back when they had Zebo and him, like nobody ever really took Memphis seriously. They always kind of been like a laughing stock. Even Power Soul days, nobody ever really took Memphis seriously. So I guess them boys feel like, man, this is a new wave. Like you said, y'all come in, this is a new wave. Y'all gonna start taking Memphis serious, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I do feel like, although I definitely understand Iggy's perspective, man, and of course Steph gonna have his boy back. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, bro. You're supposed to have your people back. You know, I just feel like as OGs sometimes, you know, I think OG should do a better job of. I think a lot of times they, man, them young boys being disrespectful, but sometimes, man, OGs, instead of looking at that's just a young, rebellious, disrespectful person, you know, take the time to talk to them, you know what I'm saying, explain why you move the way you move, or why you feel like the way they moving is wrong. Like, instead of preaching and beating them down, man, just like, hey, young, let me holler at you for a minute, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. So I feel like if that happened, maybe it wouldn't have been as much friction or much beef. But at the end of the day, really, I wouldn't say it's beef. Like you said, it's really just competitive. Ain't nothing wrong. That's good for the league, man. It's going to motivate Ja and them. It's going to motivate Iggy at the end of the day, man. And I feel like the league got kind of soft anyway, so little stuff like that is welcome. You know what I'm saying? And then we just talked about Kobe. We already know Kobe was about that anyway. So let's keep that spirit alive anyway. That trash talking, that competitiveness, man. So I respect it, man. You know, I don't think they've been arrogant at all, man. You know, but I definitely understand both sides too.
To piggyback on what they said, I kind of think that coming in the league, John Morant did probably wanted a veteran like Iggy to take him under his wing so he could teach him the ropes. But then once Iggy did what he did, it was like, okay, nah, I want to get traded. So it's like, dang, you don't want to, you know, play for us? So it's like, well, hey, you ain't with us, you're against us, so hey. So I see both parts of it. Iggy want to win, Ja want a veteran under his wing. So, you know, I see both parts too.
Which the crazy thing is, and I know this ain't Iggy's fault really, but he ain't been doing good since he got traded. I know that's really not Iguodala's fault. I'm not blaming Iguodala at all, but I'm just saying that is kind of weird and coincidental. Memphis probably doing a little better right now, to be honest.
Yeah, because
Didn't they just beat the Bucks though?
That's one game, but overall, streaky, man, they ain't been doing. Yeah, that's a good win. Now I like the Heat. Don't get me wrong. I like Jimmy Butler, bro. I'm a Heat fan. I ain't dissing the Heat.
I didn't realize he was playing for the Heat.
Yeah, who that?
Yeah.
Yeah, trade him. Yeah, so.
Let's just keep it a buck, man. Y'all know I'm
Keep it above, man. Got to.
I mean, Iggy ain't wrong, you know, based on how you feel. I mean, if I was Iggy, I'm older, I don't play in Memphis. Like, Memphis, no offense to y'all. Y'all HC, y'all look good. Y'all doing all right. Y'all doing better than expected. But, I mean, I'm trying to go to a team where I know I got a shot to still win, get these rings, man. I'm trying to get this hardware. Like, I don't got time to be trying to teach people how to play and how to be a vet. And, like, I don't got time to do that. I did that 3 years ago. I did that 4 years ago. I only got about 2-3 left. Like, I got to use these years I got wisely. Because, you know, time is something you don't never get back. My man trying to get some rings, trying to get some hardware. So, Iggy, I ain't mad at you. You do your thing. You go to Miami, try to get this ring. You're probably not going to get it there either. But shout out to you for going somewhere where you got a chance. You know, because Milwaukee look good, man. Milwaukee look good, man.
This is my thing, Iggy. I respect your decision, but I'm going to say this too, though, man. AI took you under his wing, bro. I watched the old school documentary footage.
Yeah, Avo did take you under his wing.
AI took you under his wing, bro. So my thing, you was AI's second fiddle, man.
AI was in his prime during that time.
Right.
AI was in his prime. AI was in his prime.
AI had time.
This was not AI's back in his career.
I'm not knocking Iggy getting rings, but at the same time, I think sometimes, I don't know, maybe just me. Sometimes I look at deeper than the sport itself, bro. I got my 3 rings. I'm not knocking getting more than 3 rings, bro. Trust me, bro. I'm not knocking it at all. But at the same time, man, it's a young, budding superstar who already was underrated. Everybody slept on Ja. Ja was one of the most underrated. Man, Ja was unranked at one point, man. Going from being a top 2 pick. That's crazy, bro. Like, I just feel like maybe, and everybody don't have to have the same mindset as me. That's fine. But my thing is mentoring. I like to look out for the youngest, man. So my thing is, somebody younger than me, bro. I got my 3 rings, man. Let me help this young bud. You know what I'm saying? This young blood out. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be slept on or whatever. Man, people wasn't checking, man. I can go deep. But anyway, that's my respect. I'm leaving it alone.
Iggy probably, but this how Iggy probably looking at it, though. Iggy looking at Ja like, you got it. You already got it. What I gotta teach you? Boy, he came out. He a rookie, but the boy came out ready.
Balling.
He balling. It ain't like you good up at, you know what I'm saying? That boy came out going, you know what I'm saying?
I see your point. You said deeper than basketball. He probably used to think, he's thinking just that, deeper than basketball. This retirement playing right now. He just came out with a book.
You don't think they gave that man his money?
They probably gave him his money, but retirement planning about these last few years, I believe for Iggy, is not about basketball money. It's about setting himself up to make money through other streams of revenue because he knows basketball time is almost up. But it's hard to do that when you're playing basketball games every 2 or 3 times out of the week and practicing every day. You can't do that.
What better way? That's respect.
Yeah,
What better way to add flavor to your book? You already gonna have 3 rings. I don't mean no respect. Okay, I got 3 rings. That's one chapter. What better way to add to your book? I was a mentor to John Moran. Come on, man. That's a headline, man. You can do a whole interview documentary about that, bro.
Right.
That's a whole nother stream of income, though.
Hindsight is 2020. He probably didn't know. None of us knew how good John Morant was going to be when he made that decision.
I did.
You did.
I
But
did.
again, he probably didn't. He didn't know John was going to be that
John
John.
was a bad
When
boy.
he made
I
that
did
decision
what
and
he
saying, I'm going to hold out and I ain't playing for them right now. You know what I'm saying?
John was
He
a
didn't know
bad boy.
that.
But I'm like, the season still was going, and you still was holding out. So like,
Right.
you
I didn't think he was
could
gonna play this shit personally. I was.
you
it could be
could
up
have,
in
you know,
there.
he could have went and be like, well, all right, swallow my pride. I'm taking under my wing, like you said. AI took him out under his wing, so
Right.
it's like AI ain't had to do it.
Y'all remember when AI was? When Iggy was the star? I feel it. It was short. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That
Yeah.
year, that year they went 2-1 on Detroit in 07.
Man,
Well, I remember that. I never forget that, bro. Oh, no, that's 08. It was 08 when they went 2-1 on Detroit. The prime Detroit. Well, they was kind of on decline.
Yeah, I wasn't prime
Yeah,
Detroit.
that wasn't prime Detroit, but still, nobody expected Iggy to do that, man. That's what Philly was trash, man. After AI left and all that, nobody expecting that, man. That's real. That's real.
It wasn't supposed to get run with them. AI though.
Yeah, they were, but they couldn't get past Kobe, man. Come on.
Nobody can get past Kobe.
You gonna get killed.
Them Pager, Mike Bibby, Chris
Kobe
Webber,
had him on lock.
Vlade Divac.
I was talking about Sacramento. Yeah,
Sacramento
yeah,
can't
yeah,
get
yeah,
past
yeah,
Kobe.
Hey.
that's what Shaq was there too. You know you want
Right,
to
all
stop Shaq.
I'm
You want to
saying.
stop Shaq, man.
Nobody was going to stop Shaq.
Shaq was the most unstoppable
Kobe
person.
had teams mad.
Look,
Kobe had teams mad. You loved it, man.
you got somebody in the paint, you got somebody outside. I mean, come on,
Ain't nothing
man.
you can do about
Now
it.
everybody, for some reason, everybody hate that triangle offense now. Nobody want to run it no more.
No
I
way.
mean, because the league's so different now.
Yeah, it ain't
you
the same.
can't, you
Yeah.
can't really run that type of offense now with everybody being small and faster and quicker. It's hard to play that type of offense.
It's like the pick and roll.
Yeah,
That's all they do now
it's-
is pick and roll.
Yeah, ISO
Offense got to be
and
fast.
shoot threes. Everybody's shooting a lot of threes now too.
Yeah,
Like,
offense.
Simon don't really allow you to shoot a lot.
They want offense to be high paced. To be honest with you, to me, that's one of the reasons why Mike D'Antoni still got the job.
Yeah, you're right.
That
Yeah,
high
that running
pace
gun up,
offense.
that 30-second out. What, that 3
Hey,
seconds?
this
I think
small
they
ball
four
they keep
seconds.
doing though, bro. I don't know.
No, let me
man.
tell you something.
It ain't no
I was
matter.
in the gym yesterday. I made a prediction. I said Rockets going to be second round exit 6 games.
Yeah, you're not winning.
I mean,
championship.
and the thing is, I feel like they got. It's not the talent. It's all, the issue with teams when you, to make it all the way, because when you get past a certain point in the playoffs, it's no longer just about the talent, because everybody, once you start getting it, everybody's almost equal match in talent. It looks, everybody, all the primetime teams all got 2 main superstars and they got depth. So it's no longer about, okay, well, it's about talent. It's about team chemistry and which leader can have the intellectual capacity to lead his team and empower his team the right way so they can remain in synergy for 7 games. Like that's what it comes down to.
6'7" center. I don't think that's gonna cut it.
No.
What y'all since we mentioned that the league changing, man, it's a new era, a new wave. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, we got cats coming in like LaMelo Ball, who are the mascot, poster boys for the new wave, you know what I'm saying. And along with LaMelo Ball, we know that he has a very, very, very eccentric, charismatic father, confident
Shout out
father.
to Love. Shout out
Man,
to
Shout out to
man,
Ball,
man.
man.
Hey, we love you on the side,
I
bro.
love
Hey,
Ball.
We gotta get you on the podcast.
I want you on the podcast. You
got
are huge,
Bring the
man.
ball, bring Big Ball, Brad, bring the material, man. Bring Lonzo with you, bro. We love you.
Please come on the
Lonzo,
podcast. All y'all come on the podcast.
Jello.
I want y'all on the podcast.
Right. The
Jello.
whole ball.
The bar that do
Oh,
bro.
ball.
The whole ball. Bring Tina too, man.
Bring Tina, bring the
Yeah.
wife.
That's
Whole
it.
family.
Tell you, bring the baby girls over. Bring the baby girls.
Bring the
too.
3
You
dogs.
know what I'm saying?
3 dogs.
But keep it Rottweiler, man. It was a big Rottweiler.
Yeah, them Rottweilers got to be Rottweilers. I mean, so honestly, I mean, well, we all express we support the bar, so I don't need to go into that. But what do y'all? Why do y'all feel like? And I'm gonna challenge. Let's not say the obvious. We know the obvious reason. We ain't gotta say that on camera.
I'm about to say it.
But yeah, no.
I know what I'm saying. I was. That's the
No,
obvious
no, don't say that. But outside of that, why y'all feel like people don't like LeVar Ball? We know the obvious reason, but we ain't got to go there. Why y'all think LeVar Ball so hated or disrespected? ESPN, y'all wrong for banning my boy too. That he ain't mean it like that. Y'all know that man ain't mean it like that. Y'all reach with that.
They was
bro.
reaching.
Y'all was reaching mad hard
We
with
ain't
that.
we ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
My opinion is
Go ahead, BC.
the reason why I think they so hard on him because his kids are good. you know, he say his kids gonna be good, and they are good. Like so, it's like
The dude, the fortune teller.
he tell.
That's what I don't like. That boy ridiculous. Everything he done said, it can't shoot.
Right, and
So
I'm
far.
glad Lonzo left the Lakers because I think that was too much for him. But you see how him and Zion are clicking.
Right.
Like what Zion have been in 17 games,
Right.
scoring 20 points a game as a
Easy,
rookie,
easy.
And like he said on first take, not first take, he said on Undisputed, Lonzo is grabbing rebounds, throwing the ball half court,
Right.
lob dunks for. So he's feeling comfortable in his own arena now. So I hope LaMelo goes to the Pelicans.
They ain't gonna draft pick because they trade up.
Hey, they keep. I
Well,
mean,
no,
the way the
but-
lottery is, if they keep losing, they could. I mean, they got a shot. You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
they got like that.
Play
They got
out.
the ball like
It's
how
different.
the-
It's different. It ain't
Yeah,
like it used to
No,
be.
yeah. Everybody got a shot, man.
Look, man, let me tell you something. And I said this low key. I can't remember who I said it to a while back, earlier, a couple weeks ago. But the Pelicans low key remind me of a 2012 version of the Rockets. I mean, not the Rockets, of the Thunder. With all the young talent that they have,
Yes.
and you don't know what the ceiling is for any of these players are yet. The Thunder didn't know what they had back when they had
That's why they got rid of
KD,
James.
you
They messed
know,
up.
Westbrook and
That's why they-
James Harden.
That's why they let James
Pelicans,
go.
you know, if they play their cards, you don't really know what you have right now with Lonzo, Zion, Brandon Ingram. You know what I mean? Those three by themselves
Right.
could potentially be like that squad was back in 2012 if they had the right leadership around them, if they had the right coaching, you know, if they had the right things development-wise when it comes to how they play ball together. But, man, one thing, back to your question, your main question on topic, I feel like why they hate LeVar is because he's not supposed to be this confident.
Right.
And then people mistake his confidence for arrogance.
Right.
Really, no, this is how he's supposed. This is normal to him because he's like, this is how I raise my boys. I tell them what they're gonna do, and it's gonna get done. It's gonna happen by any means possible. It might not, even if the timing is off, or even as it happens, you might laugh at it now. But he's like, when it happens eventually, you're gonna eat those words. When I said that it was gonna happen, you said it wasn't, and I still believe everything he said is gonna happen. Like when he said all his three boys are gonna play on the same team, I believe that's gonna happen. I believe that, you know, it doesn't matter how it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Shout out to Jello making the G League.
Shout out to Jello and the G League, man.
Bro. Real talk.
Shout out
They
to
said Jello is the best one. He can
That's
shoot.
LeVar.
He can
said.
shoot.
He said
He
yeah,
said
he
he's
shoot.
He's the strongest.
strongest
He's
one.
the strongest. Yeah, he's the strongest
Yeah,
one.
man, shooter.
So, the boys on three boys on the same team.
They gonna be straight. Shout out to you, boy, man. Real talk. Shout out to you, man. Not only as a father, man, as a businessman. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being a present father. Seriously, you know. Thank you for changing the narrative and killing the stereotype. We respect that, bro. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? And even speaking about fatherhood, you know, we have a current father and we got a upcoming father on the podcast, man. And I just like I said, me and John gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? We ain't there yet, but really, I want to hear y'all thoughts on fatherhood and just make I mean, you know, you be transparent as you want, but yeah, you be real. Like, you know, we trying to learn too. Like, not only is it just for the podcast, me and John trying to learn some stuff too. So, what's some of the challenges, man? What's some of the beautiful things, man? How are you going through the process, or whatever the case may be, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Let's start with you, Mr. Veteran.
You the vet.
You the vet. You the vet, man.
Well, my process was difficult at first because I was ready for my little one to get here, and so it was like I guess the anxiousness and the waiting. But when she got here, it's like love at first sight. So it's like, man, that's my world. Besides her mom, that's my world. So it's like, and then now, I ain't about to cry.
Hey man, no, that's a good thing if you do cry, bro. Hey, that man hard in it, man.
That's my boy, man.
But it's like once you, like me and Shamar was talking last week, and it's like it's something that you can't. It's a feeling that you can't explain about the love you have for your child. So it's like with her, it's like every day I'm grooming a little person to become a young lady. So it's like every day is different because, you know, she keeps a smile on her face. She keeps a smile on her face. I think she has a little bit of me, but more her mama. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But she's my world. So it's like it's a great experience being a father. So I don't see how people, honestly, men not being in their kids' lives. Just because you and the mom might have y'all differences, you still got to be there for that child. So I don't see how, like, it's crazy and baffling to me that men don't take care of their kids. And then you got somebody like LeVar who, the answer in his kid's life is their mom is their mom. He's in their mom life, so it's like, why is the world so negative on him? Because he's in his kid's life. Like, that's what you want. You don't want absentee fathers. Like, so if he's bragging on his kids,
It's a good thing.
that's a good thing. Like, why are you?
Right.
You know, I don't get it, but
Yeah, piggybacking off what you said, bro. Like it's a privilege to even be in this position to have a child, like to be a father, because it's an honor. Because it's every day, like I'm constantly like just thinking, like, dang, what can I do, to prepare myself for when my daughter gets here? Like, what's some things that I can do, make sure when she get here that we don't gotta worry about it. She'll be strict when this, when this happens. When that happens, I'm already in that phase now. So like it's an honor to even be in this position. And like you said, man, I don't really understand like why people so hard on LeVar, because obviously he's doing everything for his sons, he's doing everything for his family. And it may seem like it's confident and arrogant or whatever, but I mean it's pretty cool though, because he's obviously present, but like just the impact that he had on his sons, for all three of his sons to be successful, you know what I'm saying? That's a testament to just him as a father. Because I mean, you can have, you got families like you might have one child that's successful and the other one's not doing well, but like all of his kids are like in the league, doing their thing, and he said this a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. Shout out to LeVar, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Shout out to LeVar, man.
Shout out to Byron, man. I want to shout out my two bros for real, man. Seriously, both. Like I said, man, great fathers. I know Shamar. We claiming a baby girl. My niece coming. That's what we claiming. You know what I'm saying? If we get a nephew, we'll be alright. But we claiming a niece, though. You know what I'm saying? So, seriously, man. Shout out for real, man. Shout out to my bros, man. Seriously, man. BC is a great father, man. You know what I'm saying? Shamar, I can already tell, even just the way he take care of his wife and the type of husband he is. I know he's gonna be a great father, man. That baby girl gonna be sweared out and she gonna be spoiled. Shamar gonna get salty, you know what I'm saying? BC swore he was so hard till Christina got here. I'm gonna do that, man. Man, I ain't never seen BC cry until the day he found out he's having a baby girl. That's the only time I ever seen this man cry. We've been friends.
the only time.
We've been friends for years, dog. He ain't never cried until he found out he's having a baby girl.
That was the only time.
Cow.
Have I since
He ain't
then?
never cried in front of me. I'm gonna ask Kevin. I'm gonna ask your wife. I'm gonna ask Kevin.
I ain't never.
I'm
That's
gonna ask
the only
Kevin.
time I cried.
That's what you say. I'm gonna ask your mom. That's what you say. But
Yeah,
nah,
man. Shout out to both of them, bro. Like y'all great up close examples of fatherhood.
For sure.
Man. Definitely. Like shout out y'all, man.
For sure.
I wanted to shout out Lonzo only because I know like Lonzo took a lot of bash about like his shot, his jumper, all that bash he took in LA. Like for those couple years he was with us, it was like his jumper broken. He can't play with LeBron. He dragging the team down. He making things bad. And even after he got traded, the rest of that season, we still didn't do that last season. So I want to just say, he never came on the media and made any backlash towards LeBron or LA or even LeBron when stuff was going crazy. He never came out and he handled himself very respectfully, man. So I just want to say, man, shout out to you, Zoe, man. We see you. We see your jumper. You're jumping unimproved. You're making everybody around you better on the Pelicans, man. So I know, of course, all the hype is on Zion and Brandon Ingram making an all-star, but man, you've been a dude like feeding them. And you haven't been jumping in the media saying, what about me, man. Your character's been speaking for itself. You've been staying low-key and doing what you need to do, man. So, man, shout out to you, bro.
I like the humility, man. Keep being humble for real. Seriously, bro. I mean, I don't care what the media say. I want to see you be great, bro. Seriously, I do, man. I'm still a fan, dog. I want to see you be great. You know what I'm saying? Just, like you said, the Lakers, they low-key did scapegoat Lonzo. You right about that. I don't know why Lonzo did scapegoat. Yeah, but it really wasn't your fault, bro. And Kuzma, look, tell Kuzma to chill out, man. Kuzma's getting a little too cocky, bro. Like, no disrespect, man. You the one who hung around, but come on, Kuz. Like, them still your boys now. Respect, them still your boys. Man. Don't act like they enemies now. So why not? He can ball now.
He can ball.
Kuzma can ball.
He can ball. He can ball. The only thing with Kuzma is that a lot of times the syndrome is since his position is more so being on the inside, being that scorer, a lot of times they put him outside because, you got LeBron playing and you playing with the ball, gotta have the ball in his hands, and then AD gotta have the ball in his hands. A lot of times Kuzma's third option, but he's not starting. So it takes him longer to get in the rhythm. But if you notice, if you pay attention, whenever AD's been hurt or somebody's been hurt and Kuzma's gotten starting minutes, he dropped close to 30 or more when he's gotten those minutes that he needs to get. So the issue with Kuzma is not that he's overweight or anything like that. It's just an issue with rhythm and him finding his groove within the team. and the rhythm that he needs to have.
That's true.
I'll take a different look at it. I'll change my opinion. I'll watch him tomorrow night.
Man, shoot, I guess we'll segue a little bit to talk about music now, man. And we got shout out to our director, photographer, videographer, man. Shout out to Millz Davis. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Millz?
We gonna let Millz do a little talk on this subject too, man, because if y'all don't know, Millz is a freaking mogul, dog. Like, I'm telling you, bro, this dude got like 10 million businesses. He a millionaire below, but he don't like tell nobody. I respect that. I just told everybody, though. So if you need somebody, hit him up. You got it.
so humble behind the camera.
For sure, man. And this dude is a rapper himself. The boy is nice. I'm telling you. Check out all this stuff. I'm telling y'all. I would not lie to you. Everybody on this crew know. What y'all saw? What's the word when you a harsh critic? I be a harsh critic. So if I say the boy good, I'm telling y'all, bro. He be talented, man. For real, man. So real talk. I guess I'll start off since we ain't never talked about music yet. I say, let's name our top. Y'all want to do top 3 or top 5?
I don't know if I can give you 5.
I don't know if I'm give you 5 or 5. I'll do 3.
Okay.
I ain't
I
gonna
give you 3.
I give you 3.
I give you 3, man.
I said
All
let's
time?
do top 3 all time.
That's tough,
Can we do top 3 all time and top 3 modern? And when I say modern, I don't necessarily mean new, because every time we had this debate, y'all talking, man, he not new, bro. I'm talking about new age in general. I ain't talking about new.
What about your top 3?
That's what it's for.
No, I'm saying if it new age.
Oh well, you want to do that? I got to split mine
You
though.
might as well do 5 then. You might do top 5.
Top
So we
5.
gonna-
Yeah, you
No, that's 2 different lists.
Yeah, that's that.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
We
that's
gonna
two
do that. You know what I'm
different.
saying? We gonna do that.
Mine
We
gonna be
do
2
top
different.
5.
I got.
We gonna combine it too.
Yeah.
And then briefly explain why too, so people, cause man, first of all, disclaimer, this is our list.
This is our
Do
list.
not do us like y'all did T.I., bro. Okay, this is our list, bro. Y'all can't get mad at us for
I
what we
don't
think.
care what you see.
I don't care.
I'm
It's real.
right.
I like what I like.
It's
I
my
don't care what
list.
you
I
say.
like it. You ain't got to agree. It's my list.
You're right.
You gotta like my list, man.
You got my playlist.
This is who I like. Simple music, I buy it. If you don't like it, oh well. Get over it. This ain't your list, man.
I pick my 10 out of 9.
They went in on T.I. I went in on T.I. first, but I realized, man, wait, that's that man list. He got the right to think when he want to think, bro. Respect that, man. So, but T.I., that list was crazy, but man.
So who said?
That list was, you tripped on that. T.I., you tripped on that list. I still love you now. You one of my
Hey,
favorite.
who he had somebody crazy on
I like Tip. Come on, man.
Okay.
I love you though, Tip. You still my dog.
I gotta look at the list again. He
man.
had somebody crazy on that list. I was like, whoa, in that spot?
Right, he had J. Cole at like 45. I said, Tip.
Oh, yeah,
Tip,
nah,
come
nah,
on,
you
bro.
can't J. Cole
Hey,
wrong,
come on,
bro.
Tip. Come
I
on,
won't
bro.
get too disrespectful. It's Tip. You know what I'm saying? You still a legend.
Good. Tip,
So I
you
tell you,
the
y'all.
dude, bro. You that guy, man.
King of the South.
King
of the
made
South.
up trap music, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
to you, bro.
Who set it off, man?
Go first.
Go ahead, Shane.
Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, man.
Y'all see what shirt
got it,
man.
bro.
Y'all see what shirt
All right, you already know.
A diplomat is on my list. I'm just gonna tell you that now. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. It's my list.
Shane's unofficially from New York.
No,
It really is.
It really is.
no particular order. But we just going. Okay, so I'm gonna go pop. I got pop on there. I love pop. We gonna go. I got Jewels on there. Jewel Santana. Hold your head up, bro. You coming home soon. Oh man, see this make it hard. Pop, Jewels.
I know one person you missing the show. You talk about him all the time, bro.
Ooh.
Jada. I'm surprised you ain't
No,
say
no. Jada, I know Jada. I'm trying to think who else though. Like,
Hey, that's your boy.
yeah, Jada, my boy. I was gonna say him last. You know,
I got
my
you.
boy. I'm gonna say my boy for last. I got to put Jeezy on my top 5 simply because I'm from the South. He made a sound that's like, you know what I'm saying. He pioneered a sound that's like, you know, relevant to this day. Like trap is what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like him, Tip, trap. We wouldn't have trap when we got trap, and one of them boys going mainstream. So Jeezy, we gonna come back to 4. I'm gonna skip 4. 5, Jada. Shout out to Jada Kiss, man. Inspiration. That's my dog. Like y'all might not like Jada the way I like Jada,
Jada that dude.
but Jada Kiss that dude.
Jada
And I'm gonna
that
tell
dude.
y'all, like Jada is the only one of the few rappers. Shout out to Fab, shout out to you too, cause you another one. But Jada like stayed relevant from the time he came into the game to now. Like everybody got respect for Jada.
Yeah,
Like you might not be like, oh, he the greatest rapper, but you gonna respect Jada Penn. You know what I'm saying? You gonna respect it.
Yeah. That's right.
I could put J. Cole in my top 5. I could put Kendrick in my top 5. I could put Yeezy in my top 5. That's why it's like hard to come up with a top 5.
Top five, top
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna segue into this. I'm just gonna leave it at 4, but I'm gonna leave the 3 names that I said as high honorable mentions. So Kanye, Kendrick, Cole. So you can interchange any of them 3 and insert them in my 5 at any point in time. But I just can't pick one of them.
Okay.
Like that's too tough. I can't pick one of them. So yeah.
So my top 5. My top 5 is my list. Alright.
I know Wayne on there.
You know,
Wayne number 1. I knew that.
No, he ain't number 1.
Whoa,
Wayne on the list. It don't matter what
I
spot you put him at. He on the list.
He number 2. He number 2.
I know Wayne on that. BC love Wayne.
But I'm saying number 1,
He top 10.
Andre 3000.
Good choice.
I'm a big, huge Outkast fan.
Good choice.
When I go to Atlanta, I'm
Another
go to
honorable
the
mention.
mirror.
Another honorable mention. Shout out to
Number 2, I'm about to go with Weezy.
Of course.
Number 3, I'm about to go with Pop. Number 4, see number 4 could be 2. I could go with Jay and Biggie. So them be my top 4, and then but yeah. So and then my number, and then like number, I'm like you because number 5 can be, I can go with T.I. or J. Cole. Cause I'm huge South. So let me see. I'll say T.I. I'm going with T.I. Urban or with King.
Shout out to the King, man. Urban
It's the
Legend.
king.
What's your reason why you picked them cats?
Like I said, with Andre 3000, I started out with ATLians. Him and Big Boy. That back then, it's like he said, he was relevant then, and he can put that pen now and come up with. Yeah, he playing. They need to get back together. Yeah, Outkast need to get back
Andre,
together.
give us something,
I
bro.
don't think he gonna do it. I want him to, but I don't think he gonna do it.
He don't like being in public like that.
Yeah.
Because
He
honestly,
doesn't.
man,
I want him
He
to.
doesn't.
when I was listening
He like being
to,
obscure.
I was in the house on Apple Music. Shout out Apple Music. I was in the house and I listened to the Walk It Out remix, and it was like how he killed it. So it's like,
Andre killed all his
He
features.
kept on saying he killed
He
everything.
killed all his features.
So I
He
said-
killed all his features.
so I said Andre, and you know I grew up with, I was in a Lil Wayne era, so it's like it was one point in time where everything he touched was like platinum.
Which one you like better? You like Cash Money Millionaire Wayne, and you like that pop kind of new age?
No, I'm going Cash Money.
Wobbly,
Bling, 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 Wayne. That's
Yeah.
No, you said between who?
So you going wobbly,
Cash Money
so,
Wayne, and
hold
you
on,
pop
But
Wayne.
I like
Time out.
I like the drop Wayne.
So I'm about to say,
Dedication
bro,
Wayne.
you going with
I like-
wobbly,
No,
like this hot over the other way.
I like the dedication Wayne.
There you go.
Sorry for the wait. I like the mixtape Wayne.
So you like 2000s Wayne?
Well, yeah.
I'm about to say,
Yeah,
wobbly,
that
wobbly,
one.
wobbly, like it's hot.
And
No, sir.
Wayne was hard too then.
He was hard then.
Yeah, he
But come on, Millz. You
Wayne, you right.
Wobbly.
Nah, you right.
He
You right.
He was just getting his feet wet.
Bling,
He was just getting his feet wet, bro. He was young.
The fly
He
is
was
hot.
he was
Fly is
just
hot.
But
listen.
that's you still
He
broke.
was just getting his feet wet, bro.
I did. I ain't nothing.
Wayne, I'll give you a pass for that. He was just getting his feet wet, bro. He was like 17, 18. You probably wouldn't even that wrong, man. You good. You good, man.
I don't care what y'all say. Juvie was the best person in that group, though.
No.
Yes, Juvie. Shout out to Juvie, man. I don't care what y'all say. This is my shout out
We
to
can debate
Juvie.
about that later, but
Shout out to Juvie, man.
go ahead and give us your top 5, bro.
Nah, Juvie
Man,
ain't
you
my
said
top
that you
5.
song with time style?
Yeah.
Give us your top. Give us your top 5, bro.
Man, shout out to Juvie. Juvie, my dog. I
You just
don't
saw
care
what
what y'all
time
say.
style.
Please.
Wayne, you passed him later, but again, Juvie was my favorite. I don't
Please
care
give
what
us
y'all
your
say.
top 5.
Juvie, my dog. Shout out to Juvie.
You
know what I'm
said
saying?
in the beginning.
In the beginning, Juvie, in my opinion, Juvie's
Nah,
better than Wayne. Wayne got better later, but Juvie was
in
the
the
best.
beginning,
In the beginning, Juvie's my dog.
Juvie was nice back then.
Watch out, you about to say baby. Why about
No,
to
no, I'm saying the first came out.
First of all, baby
I
don't
said
write his own
Juvie.
rhymes, man. Somebody write them lyrics from Birdman.
not good at saying them wrong.
You could tell he ain't right.
Hey, we
He be stuttering and stuff like, all right.
I'm not about to roast that man. Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Alright, man. My top 5 all time, man. I got Nas
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We already
you
did.
did Nas,
Yeah,
man.
we did.
Nas. They already know. Nasir Jones, greatest rapper of all time. Please come on the podcast,
Yeah,
Nas.
we
Real
do.
talk. We need you on here, bro.
Shout out now.
There's not a better lyricist ever than Nas. I don't care what y'all say. Period.
Right.
You can't. Nobody touching Nas lyrically, bro. Period. 3 Stacks. That's my number 2. You know what I'm saying? Same reason BC said. 3 Stack. Everything he get on, he kill it. Dude is a lyrical genius. His wordplay is sick. Come on, man. Pop. You gotta put Pop on. I don't even really explain Pop. Legacy outside of music. Come on, man. That's just enough alone for Pop. Then this a wild card. My list. 50 Cent is my number 4.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm gonna tell you why I picked
I ain't mad
50.
at that.
I cannot name him. First of all, he was really.
I ain't mad.
That's who I grew up on. That was my first like favorite rapper, my era. That's what I really grew up on. That's what I listened to elementary school and stuff like that. Plus, I've never seen a rapper have Wayne did for a minute too, but 50 from 03 to 06, bro. And you can even low key say 07. 07 really Wayne kind of took over, but from like 03 to 06. 50 had the rap game on lock. Like, I'm talking about lock. Like, everything 50 put out was going platinum. Get Rich or Die Trying, Diamond. Like, it went sold 10 million. Like, come on, bro. Like, not only was 50, right, he made sure all his artists were good. And Yayo wasn't, no disrespect, Yayo, you ain't the best rapper. I respect you.
And he went gold.
But you went gold. Why he went gold? Because he was connected to G Unit. Because of 50, because of G Unit. Man, that man had sneakers. And then I respect 50. 50 is a hustler, bro. This dude is a business. This man transitioned from being a rap superstar to a mogul in the television industry. This man had vitamin water. I mean, this dude is a straight hustler, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I say this too, man, and I want to make this clear,
Video
bro.
games too.
Oh yeah, he did have video game.
Shout out Bulletproof.
Yeah, Bulletproof.
Yeah,
He had a sequel too.
Yeah, Blood in the Sand.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say this too, and I want to make this clear. I am not glorifying the street life at all, but I do want to say this. I respect the fact that he at least is telling his story and telling the truth about it, and he made it out. A lot of people lie just to get extra sales. They lie and say they was in the streets, or lie and say that they did this and that, but they really weren't. So I respect the fact that he tells the truth about it, and he worked his way out to get his money legally. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that and more his transparency and being honest about it. So man, that's why 50 my number 4. My number 5 is Lecrae. Now, some of y'all gonna be like, man, Lecrae, you know, that's what talk, man. He's not great. Man, Lecrae changed my life. Seriously, like, outside of all these other 4 rappers, as much as I respect them other 4 on my list, Lecrae changed my life, bro. Like, real talk. That dude changed my life. Seriously, man. So, shout out Lecrae, bro. I hope I get to meet you one day. You changed my life, bro.
Shout out
You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm telling you, man. Lecrae that dude, man. So, straight up. Yeah.
Alright, so boom, my top 5. It's a little tough. It was a little tough on that 5th one, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out. I got Jay-Z, number 1, Tupac, 2, Nas, number 3, 4, Lecrae. Then number 5, I'm gonna go ahead and get T.I. That was, well, actually, number 5, it's hard for me to pick my number 5, but it's a revolving slot between T.I. and Andre 3000. And I'm gonna go ahead and be brief, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain my top 5, because it's my top 5, so it's right whether y'all like it or not.
It's your list.
But Jay, of course, because I'm originally from Brooklyn, so even though I was, growing up down here, Jay, the hustler side of Jay as an artist, as a businessman, just as an overall hip hop artist, embodied everything that I was listening to, in high school. I was like, man, everything Jay put out was dope, and then Black Album, I was like, it was fire, it was sick, he had Beyonce on his arm, he had, Rockefeller, he had the clothing, Rockaway was like, everything this dude did, I could some one day envision myself doing. From running business, the same way, he took the same principle from what he did, selling in the street, like whatever things he was selling that wasn't legal, and he took that same principle and applied it towards his music. When people didn't want to sign him, when they didn't want to sign his group, when they didn't want to sign Rockefeller Records, he applied it, and he made it work regardless, and he showed that the principle works no matter what I put it to. So when I would listen to his music, I was like, man, this dude actually is living what he speaks about, and he's showing, he actually did the blueprint to show people how you can get out of the hood the right way when most of us that age were still trying to figure out. So, you know what I mean? So Jay, that's why Jay is definitely number 1 on that. And honorable mention, the 444 album was the 444 album was the most transparent I've ever seen an artist be comfortable with being. It shows the freedom that you can have and creatively as an artist when you're not signed to a label, and showing that, hey, I've earned the respect, and right now these people are gonna listen to the transparency whether they like it or not, and show that we appreciate it. So number 2, Tupac, because it was never during times of high school years, or even when you're going through things as a man, you thinking about like emotional times of your life, whether you go through if you're losing somebody, or whether you're dealing with, whether it's tension between pain points between you and some of your close friends. Tupac has a song to go with almost every emotion. Like every emotional moment, you're like, what, this man has a song, like songs from like Dear Mama to, I Ain't Mad at You, to Sucker for Love. It's like Tupac he was able to articulate the lyrics that you couldn't even articulate yourself.
You ready to slap somebody, you play that hit 'em up.
And you can tell when he rapped the song, you can tell his heart was on the
Yes, all
way.
live.
Then after you slap him,
You can
two
tell
records
you can
on
tell
top.
that, you know what I mean?
Ain't that
So that's Pop. Nas number 3, of course, because Nas, also out of New York, even though it was in Brooklyn, I felt like I had to rep for Nas too, and he was one of the first artists that I knew of. Not even like my homeboy Chris said, best lyricist, but also he's able to articulate, provocative thought into his lyrics effortlessly. Whenever Nas would rap, it didn't sound like he was preaching to you. It just sounded like he was putting you up on game.
Right.
Putting you up on game that you didn't.
Educating.
He was putting you up on game that you didn't know you didn't know.
Right.
Right.
And that was fire. It was like,
I
man, I
just
didn't
want to
even.
go back to Africa.
You'd be like, man, I didn't even know I didn't know that. But that's dope that he put me on.
Right.
So, and then 3, I had Lecrae. Of course, I had Lecrae number 3 was because at a part of my life, of course, I'm a Christian as well, So, at a point in my life when I really started getting more serious about my walk in faith, he was an artist that I could listen to that was really authentic about this is where he was already at, and I realized that was okay. This is where I'm transitioning to. So I was like, man, everything he put out, I was like, I could listen to this and it still lines with my core values. And it's still, the beats are still dope, but he's still being authentically himself. He's not trying to change himself because he's a Christian and rap different. He's just rapping who he is. And I can relate to that. Last one, of course, all right, 3 Stacks and T.I. is super close because both of these artists had like my last one, it's hard for me to fill that spot. Both of these artists had a definite impact on my life in different opposite ways of the spectrum, to be honest. T.I. felt like T.I. was always the down south version of Jay-Z. T.I. would rap about, everything that he was doing in the streets, but also you could tell this wasn't where he was trying to stay. So, and he had different songs that didn't just talk about hustling. He had songs, he had those powerful songs we talked about his family, whether we talked about how he was dealing with stuff, when he was going through court trials. He had songs to articulate his emotion, he did it well. And the man, T.I. knew his formula. He knew his formula how to make hits. He always knew his formula of how to make powerful songs that he wanted to make. And he was one of the most diverse but also consistent artists. You can count on an album from T.I. almost every year.
Right.
So I'll be like, bro, this man. And then 3 Stacks is the total opposite of that. Because you probably got like one album from 3 Stacks, and that's part of Outkast. He has basically no solo albums.
He don't.
A feature every blue moon.
Feature every blue moon.
Every blue moon. Love Below. But that's still Outkast kind of.
Yeah.
But the last thing with him though is with every verse that he had, he always made the most out of a little bit of words that he would say. The man would put out one feature maybe every 6 months, but that one verse and that one feature make you think for the next 6 months. Be like, man, he said all that in that one story, and that junk got me thinking. And I didn't know any other artist that could really do that. That wordplay, that artistry. 3 Stacks always been true to himself. Never worried about what the rest of the trend of hip hop was doing. Never cared how different he sounded. And I always respect him for that, man. Much love, 3 Stacks.
Y'all stop disrespecting Big Crit Side How to Prince.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm shouting them 2 out.
Right.
Stop disrespecting both of them, man.
Right.
Them boys, I don't like how y'all boys have not blown up yet. And maybe it's because y'all ain't sell out, and that's cool. Stay that way. That's the case. But I'm telling y'all, man, shout out to Big Crit Side High, man. Y'all lead the new wave. Well, I know y'all not new. I know the boys gonna roast me about that. But the modern wave.
Not new.
Y'all lead the modern
Big
wave.
Crit is better.
Crit not new.
Y'all lead the modern
Big
wave.
Crit is a veteran now.
Y'all lead the modern wave. Y'all doing it,
Side
bro.
not new.
You got Big Crit. You got a song with Fonte, man. That man is a veteran. You get a song with Fonte out of Little Brother, you a veteran. You are not
But
new.
he ain't. But when I say that,
But
I say
I
he
got
with
you.
Nas in him. That's what I mean.
I got you.
We just saying the same thing. It's just different
Most
language.
definitely.
Yeah, we saying the same thing. But I got y'all.
Yeah.
But I just want y'all. I just want to shout my boys out seriously, man. Y'all boys dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.